My name is Albert Einstein. On August 2nd, 1939, at the urging of my colleague and former pupil Leo Szilard, I began writing letters to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, warning him that groundbreaking research on the use of uranium to create fission chain reactions opened up the possibility that Nazi Germany, under the direction of Adolf Hitler, might soon develop extremely powerful bombs of a new type. This letter served as the impetus for the creation of the Manhattan Project, a top-secret United States initiative to create an atomic weapon. The mission of the Manhattan Project was as simple as its details were complex. The United States, with some support from the United Kingdom and from Canada, sought to weaponize atomic energy before Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany. While the project had research facilities in New Mexico, Tennessee, Washington, and Canada, first actual atomic bombs were built and tested at the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico. All of this was occurring against the backdrop of World War II, with the beginnings of the Manhattan Project arising at the start of the war in 1939 and the formalization of the Manhattan Project in December of 1942, just 1 year after the tragic bombing of Pearl Harbor in December of 1941. While over 130,000 people were eventually employed in the Manhattan Project, some of the project's top scientists included J. Robert Oppenheimer, who is often considered to be the father of the atomic bomb, along with Leo Szilard and other top scientists and engineers such as Beth, Lawrence, Fuchs, Seaborg, and many others. Regrettably, it was my own work on the energy mass equivalence which led to Hahn and Strassmann's success in the splitting of an atom, or, as they called it, fission. And it was my letter to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt which prompted the creation of the Manhattan Project. I felt the necessity to write to Franklin Delano Roosevelt because of the discovery of the nuclear chain reaction by physicists Leo Szilard and Enrico Fermi. There were some good outcomes from the Manhattan Project. Scientific work achieved during the Manhattan Project led to the development of the field of nuclear medicine, from which medical imaging techniques and cancer treatments have been created. It is true that I was denied security clearance to work on the Manhattan Project directly, despite it being my letter to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt which prompted the creation of the Manhattan Project. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, under the direction of J. Edgar Hoover, considered me to be a radical for openly criticizing capitalism, racism, and war. While they were wrong about my loyalty as an American, I am glad that I did not have any further involvement in the Manhattan Project. Had I known that the Germans would not succeed in developing an atomic bomb, I would have done nothing for the bomb, and I spent many years after the dropping of the bomb in 1945 advocating against its use. Thank you.